Hi Leo, happy February. This is your general reading for February 2020. I am Crystal with Hattie's Hierophant. I am your tarot reader. Before we get started, I want to go over what I meditated on as I was shuffling the cards. I like to ask Spirit for like a picture to kind of help us with the reading. And some of them I understand and some of them I don't. And yours, I did not understand in the sense I don't know what to call it, other than I can see like a child with a stick and he's turning this wheel. So it's something that kids would play with back in the olden days when kids still went outside and played. In order for this wheel to move, they would have to keep running up behind it and turn it with this stick. So Leo, what does that mean? Leo, I feel like that means that if you want to cause momentum, you are going to have to cause momentum. You are going to have to be the one behind it. You're going to have to be the one to keep it moving and to keep it going. Two people can't play this game, you see. Like, how would they fit in? They couldn't go on the opposite side because it would make the wheel stop or go into a different direction. So this is specifically for you, Leo. So the center of your read, I got Three of Cups. So to me, not only is this about celebration, but it's about collaboration. Perhaps you have, if you're in a business, perhaps you have two business partners, or perhaps you work with two other people, or perhaps you're trying to bring in a third party or a third investor. Or maybe there's a group of friends, but I do see a collaboration, a group of you, and I see it as really getting together with your ideas, okay? And that's the center of your read. So now let's go into your moon energy. And your moon energy is where you resonate when, the lights are off and you're soaking in your bathtub and, you're thinking about your day. That's your moon energy. And sometimes that moon energy can be a little uncomfortable because when things quiet down, that's when our mind gets a little bit louder. And or sometimes I'll pick up on what Spirit is doing for us behind closed doors that we have no idea that's being done on our behalf. So let's take a look, shall we, Leo? So I have the Four of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Emperor. So what this tells me, right, without expanding on those cards, I feel that we were disappointed about something, right? And you almost have an attitude about it. And I feel like that not only were you disappointed, you were disappointed in yourself because you felt like you let an opportunity kind of come and go, right? I feel like that's what your overall feeling is, even though you're not even paying attention to what you have here and this gift that's coming to you. The feeling I get, though, is that you took it for granted. And now we have this Emperor. And this is fire energy, but this is also energy of it's like a father figure or even authority. I feel like that this disappointment, this thing that you kind of let slip past you, there's some decisions that need to be made, right? Perhaps the reason why something slipped past you is because you were kind of juggling. I mean, look at his face. He's really not paying attention, right? He's just kind of there, going through the motions. Is that what we were doing, Leo? Let's see, right? Sometimes our moon energy can feel uncomfortable because we get those truths that hold us accountable. Let's see what's going on in your sun energy, my Leo. So, right. So we have the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. So I feel like that whatever happened came quick, right? It came to you fast. And it really has caused you some anxiety. So these things that were happening in your moon energy, this opportunity has really caused you some anxiety. And you're asking for another chance. You're asking for that cup back. See? You're asking for another opportunity. Let's see how that works out for you. So in your immediate present, Leo, and I want you to stay with me, okay? Stay with me to the end. Because I have the Three of Swords, and then I have the Page of Swords. But this is the consolation. We know that this is the center of your read, okay? So don't let this get you down. This is just a disappointment and a setback, right? This page, he's a little bit immature. Immature in the sense of not grown up, but in the sense to where you kind of took certain things for granted because you just didn't have the experience to know that sometimes you run out of chances. Okay? But let me expand on this. Let's expand on this moon energy first, on this Four of Cups. Yeah, you almost feel like something was taken from you. Clearly, you feel like an opportunity was taken from you. And you're like, now? Now? When the world was my oyster? Now this wants to happen? But the thing about that World card, Leo, it's circular, like that wheel in the vision. For it to come down, it needs to come up, right? Let's see what part of this wheel that you're in, okay? Let's expand on this Emperor. What does this Emperor have to do with Leo's reading? Okay. So, Leo, right? Spirit is working in your favor. That's 10 of Cups. It's one of the most beautiful cards in the tarot. So I see it success, but then again, it is, you think of the number 10, there's a 1, and then there's that 0. That stick that I saw for you along with that wheel. You have to create that momentum to get this. So you keep at it with that Emperor, right? I feel like with that Page of Pentacles, because that Page of Pentacles has, he's accomplished everything already, right? He took his chances. He had his businesses. He's lived life, and he's quite comfortable, as you can see. So if you go to one Emperor, I say have the King of Pentacles in your back pocket. So I'm saying go with a little bit of backup so that when you turn this wheel, it's in your favor, okay? So let's see this Two of Pentacles. Yeah. So this again is about balancing. It's all about balancing along with this Two of Pentacles. Now you understand it. See, this is understanding. This is just being there, right? It's just going through the motions. This is understanding the reason why balance is so important. And you're starting to understand that. You have an understanding now. Because of this thing you felt that was taken away from you, it kind of gave you a bit of a jolt. And it gave you like an aha moment. So now you have this whole new spark of energy. and authority and seriousness. Because once you become a king of wands, once you graduate to that, you know better. Okay? So that's what's happening in moon energy. And Leo, I have to say bravo, because it looks like you had to learn a tough lesson. I'm sorry about the heartbreak and disappointment you had to endure to get it, but it looks like you had some growth. So let's check it out in your sun energy. Yeah. Oh, okay. A couple of cards came out there. So I expanded on this Nine of Swords. And we have the High Priestess. And we have the Seven of Cups. So in order for us to seek counsel with the Emperor and the King of Pentacles, you're going to have to be transparent. You're going to have to be truthful about all this stuff you were doing as to why you let that opportunity slip away. And it's going to be stressful, right? Because man, because we all think we're pretty, wonderful. I think I'm pretty good at handling my business, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, I think I'm about an 8.5, right? And for me to tell you about the days where I'm like a 2 is tough, right? And it can be embarrassing, because especially if you feel like people had such high expectations for you, not to mention the expectations you have for yourself. It can cause that. We're going to talk about how that's going to pan out. But this is what I like as well, right? So we have all these different things and all this information that was coming to us quickly, which led to like, what? Oh. You're going to be a victor. You're going to be the victor. And this isn't just something that just happens. This is something you work for. Okay? And you were standing there in the middle, you're like, I did it. And it feels so good. Right? That thing you love that you thought you lost, that you took for granted, it's meant to be yours. Know that, Leo. It is meant to be yours. I want to expand on this Three of Swords. Yeah. So, on that Three of Swords, you felt like you put so much work into it for so long. Right? And that's how come you felt so frippin' defeated. Because you're like, I put so much work into it. How can I let it slip away? How can I let it slip away? Right, Leo? But look at that back. Look at that backbone you have. Now is not the time to give up. The reason you carried all of that is because you can. He's not struggling. He's not struggling. So it's just going to require you to give a little bit more effort. You're going to have to give a little bit more effort so that the scales tip in your favor. And you can do it, Leo. We saw your backbone with that Ten of Wands. You're strong enough. Let's expand on this Page of Swords. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Right? So make it known what your wants, desires, and dreams are. Make it known. It's yours, Leo. It's yours. You gotta go get it. You gotta go get it. That King of Cups, he's all about going to get it. Filling his cup up. You know how deliberate he has to be to gallop on a horse with a full cup? It is your absolute destiny. This is telling me you need to focus. You need to focus, grab that stick on that wheel and turn it, baby. Turn it. And when you do, right? Like, I don't even have to explain that card. Honey, it came flying out. That's the end of your read. It's meant to be yours, Leo. Happy February, and come see me next month. I adore you. Bye.